only time, I just be up late plotting on how to be a better person.
Hey, I'm MeganA'Nya, and you are now listening to the Worldwide Diary Entry, #Dear Broken Adolescent. Let's get into it, and we would just be up late plotting on how to be a better person, because sometimes you just gotta be a hero. Let's get into today's episode. Okay, so welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode, and if you're new, hi. So today's episode is just going to be a vibe. We're talking about something that, we don't really think that much about, but it's good to know and it's good to have in the back of our minds at all times. So we're just going to kick back, we're going to kick it, you feel me, with the, R&B beats, and just enjoy today's vibe and energy and conversation base. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with how I've been. So life just been doing this thing. We got ups and downs. You win some, you lose some, and that's pretty much how I've been living and taking it day by day. Still being grateful, still being thankful at the fact that I'm even here. I'm even in this space, in this sense of solitude and peace, and just being able to focus on myself and do what's best for me, and being able to smile and be happy and just have reasons to smile. So yeah, I've been chilling. Life been doing its thing, but I've also had a positive perspective throughout it all. So no complaints over here, and I hope everyone else can say the same, and if not, it's all good. We're gonna get into it today. So lately I've been feeling like I took a loss in areas that I personally don't want to share, but it's all good, because today's episode we're going to start out with how to cope when you feel like you lost your backbone or your yin and your yang. So it sounds a little deep, like dang Meg, I thought this was good vibes. It's still going to be good vibes, so just stick with me. So, as we go through this journey of healing, we got to understand the definition and meanings behind certain stages of life. Healing is the feeling of wholeness throughout this journey of discovering and connecting with your inner self. What I recognized is when I fail or feel like I'm failing in an area, that feeling of wholeness can be lost, and I feel like I haven't improved. But the fact that I can now stop and acknowledge the problem and guide myself to those steps to improve the problem, to me, that's healing. That's using knowledge to act on the positive growth that you desire in your life. And that is what creates internal peace and wisdom. But dang, sometimes life just be lifing and you feel, like the world is against me. But you can even be stable and put together, and you got your support system and you got your outlets of expression at this point. But then something happens and that yin yang balance of emotional support is thrown off. How do you cope when the enemy uses the closest people to you? That was something I heard growing up my whole life, so #ChurchGirl. What I learned is, for one, you don't cope, you grieve. Google says that grief means deep sorrow, especially when it's caused by someone's death. When we experience that deep sorrow or, experiences of deep causes of emotional pain, we as humans have to understand that everyone grieves differently. I advise people to be sensitive to someone's grieving process. Personally, I believe that you can make or break someone's day. So we experience one another outside. So outside looking in, when you come across a situation that impacts someone, be at ease to give off that peaceful, open, safe environment for that person in that situation. And, provide them with that open arms and open understanding, and give them time. Don't dismiss them. Just hold them sometimes and just understand and hear them. So yeah. Okay, but let's switch the scenery a little bit. If you're the one who are coping and grieving, dear broken adolescent, first of all, take your time, but be realistic with yourself throughout this whole process. If you are healing fully, no matter what happens, you must keep going. Understand that this process moves like waves and changes like seasons. So yes, be in tune, have empathy, have emotion towards your growth. Feel the heartaches, but acknowledge them and guide your emotions. #emotional intelligence. Understand that no matter who comes and who leaves, no matter who supports and no matter who makes it worse, you have to have you. Sometimes it really just has to be you against the world. You just have to be the hero sometimes. Okay, just to, give some detail and personal experience, peep this. Even that phrase, I feel like the world is against me. Even when you feel like that, you must team up with yourself and create that dynamic of you against the world. Time waits on no one, and you must keep going, and you must understand that and take that L and keep it pushing, because you are strong and you are wiser and you have so much more knowledge, so you must move accordingly because you know better, so you do better. Understand that sometimes things happen to make you stronger, so you feel like you lost something, whole time you really just elevated and became wiser. It's like God healing a man with broken legs, and he's upset because he thinks that he needs his wheelchair. Whole time you just don't need it. He has to realize and take this step to stand up and realize that his legs work because God healed him. So sometimes we keep ourselves in the same situation, but we can't think because we can't think outside of the situation. Whole time we think we lost something, and really you just don't need it anymore. You outgrow stuff in this process, and you got to understand that. Yes, it hurts at first, but you're not seeing the whole picture. Then you step back and expand your worldly view and understand. Sometimes you just gotta chill and step back, Take your time to grieve, analyze, understand, and just have that open perspective to new knowledge or whatever you need to do, but understand that you need to keep going. Giving up and failing is not an option. Seeing things in a more understanding and broad perspective, you tend to move accordingly. I have been praying this prayer lately. I pray that you guide my mind so that my flesh will follow. To me, I think of it as like this. If you're going to do something, you have to have a mentality behind it. You have to want to do it. You have to actually have a drive to do it or some influence to do it. Because somebody's not going to do something that they don't want to do. So just redirecting your focus, in my opinion, guide my mind so that everything else will follow. If you don't like something, your emotions don't like it, you get upset about it, you feel me? So if I want to change something, I have to change my perspective of it. I have to really undo my want and need for it. But personally, I spend a lot of time with myself. So the whole time I just be up late plotting on how to be a better person. But yeah, more of it all, just be sensitive to others' lives and their grieving processes. Understand that you need to grieve and feel it and go through the process and think about it and cry about it and scream about it and actually feel it in order to get over it. Otherwise, Otherwise, you create this false enemy that you tend to fight yourself. So sometimes people be like, I'm fighting demons. It's because you're fighting that urge of weakness against this problem. So think about that. And sometimes you just gotta lock in and you gotta be your own hero. It has to be you against the world. I refuse to fail against myself in this world. I refuse to fail against laziness. I refuse to fail because I'm unmotivated. I refuse to fail because someone else don't like my opinions or my thoughts. I guide myself and I lead myself, and I advise everyone else to feel like their own hero when times get low. Bring that inner adolescent out in these areas and think like a kid. Use your imagination when you're hurting the most. Do things that will make you just smile because it's fun. Like me, I like to go bowling, or when I'm on the beach, I still do cartwheels at my big teenage, preteen, or whatever the case may be. No matter how old you are, still have fun. That's what I feel like you really understand. So personally, I had a big impact in my life. An area where I felt like I lost something very important and I really, really, really needed. It's like if a kid loses their stuffed animal, they're gonna this is the stuffed animal that they sleep with, they keep every day in the car. If you have one of those, memorable things that you kept. It's like a baby wanting its pacifier, that need and that comfort. Sometimes you have to realize things are taken away from you because now that you have the knowledge, you can guide yourself, you can comfort yourself. You don't necessarily need it. It's great to have, a great feeling, great support. But it's not a need. It's not the end of the world. Calm down, regroup, bounce back, do it better than ever. Use this as motivation. Take the L and just plot on how to be a better person and be your own hero. Be your own hero. Dear broken adolescent, be your own hero. All 2024, I'm being my own hero. I'm not falling. I'm not allowing myself to be less than anything that I know I can be. But yeah, that's all I have. Be your own hero. Have empathy and just love one another. But yeah, love, MeganA'Nya.